Okay, decide to do a little thing that I'm going to call nerd rage. And this is predominantly based upon the idea of your costume sucks. Now, when I was at C2E2, they showed a promotional footage for Wonder Woman. It was that one shot. If you know, like the bright blue vinyl pants and the red top. And everyone went, that doesn't look too bad. You know, because we realized it was a promotional shot. I guess the massive internet decided to have an overall amount of nerd rage, and because there's a story on Yahoo about how much negative posts there were about the suit. People even going, this show is going to get canceled, nobody's going to watch it. You're a bunch of idiots, you're a bunch of retards. Do the original suit and be done with it. And then people talk about the Linda Carter suit. The original suit actually has a little more of a skirt to it, and it's not hot pants. I know people are thinking more of the Silver Age suit than they are the Golden Age. Golden Age being the actual original. But, so they tweaked the suit a little bit. You know, the color's a little more muted. They go towards a color palette that's closer to what you see in the comics. And people, again, are still almost cussing up a storm with the fact that it's not the Linda Carter suit. Technically, my first thought was, well, they changed the way she looked in the comics to a more updated look, where it's primarily black and red, with hints of yellow here and there, hints of gold. Why just go with that? It does make sense that if you're trying to do an update of a character, that you would tweak the costume. Everyone knows that she looks like she does in the comics. No one's going to watch your show. It's going to be horrible. Okay. All I gotta say is Smallville. Clark has worn the suit once. That was in a future episode. Beyond that, not a single superhero really looks like how they do in the comics. Except for Dr. Fate. Dr. Fate looks pretty close to the comics. And you know what? It looks really weird. Stargirl looked pretty similar to the comics. And it looked kind of out of place. But Cyborg, Flash, Aquaman, Green Arrow, Black Canary, they don't look that much like how they do in the comics when they're in their costumes. And you know what? That show's going on for its 10th season. Huh. You know, Zod didn't look like how it does in the comics either. Doomsday looked pretty close, but they tweaked the character enough to make it work. So now we're going to go on to the Green Lantern movie. When the trailer first came out, everyone predicted doom. Because the special effects looked horrible. The costume looked stupid. Then Warner Bros. Came out and said, we didn't have a lot of footage, so we're still working on the CGI. So what you got was what we currently had that was primarily unfinished. WonderCon comes around. They kick out a new trailer where they've tweaked the costumes and everything looks pretty freaking amazing. Where's the big complaint now? I don't like the mask. You know, the National Domino mask. It should be spandex. Why would a race of aliens that have been around for centuries, actually, depending on the storyline, been around for thousands and thousands and thousands of years, give you a ring that produces a fabric suit? If you've ever worn spandex, you know it stretches in 4 directions. If you're fighting somebody and anything happens to the suit, it tears pretty fast. I think actually made to be a light construct is actually pretty good. That's kind of what they're doing now with the comic. It's more of a light construct. If you take your ring off, your suit goes away, your street clothes reappear. But I think that's better than, I don't know, the very, very original one where, as Abed Sur's, ship crashed and Hal Jordan got there. He then took the suit off of a dying alien. So you'd rather see Ryan Reynolds strip an alien who's got like holes in him, and then take his suit. So it's like he's being robbed. Yeah. Take the ring, the lantern. Okay. Oh, zippers on the back. Huh? Just strip me clean. So, I'm stealing your ring, your lantern, and I'm taking your clothes. Yeah. No, I think that'd be cool. No, I don't. I don't want to strip. I don't want to have seen a naked alien. Just be really weird. So they tweak the suit. People are now complaining less about the mask. They then do a full body shot of the finished suit. You can see his feet. You can see the musculature and like the bone outlines of his feet. So again, people are predicting doom for the movie because you can see his feet. So when actually, if you look at the suit, so it shows muscle striation as well as you see bits and pieces of the bone and the ligaments. It's almost kind of like the suit is like a secondary skin. I was like, doesn't matter how good the action looks, the suit looks different, your show is going to bomb. Yeah, because I remember when I was watching the X-Men movies, I kept on thinking, man, they should totally be in blue and gold suits with giant X's on them. You know what? Wolverine needs a giant head mask with huge wings to it. Saved in the Trench Coat doesn't quite work. He needs to be in kind of like a brown and orange and some tan with a giant fur collar to it. Yeah, like they look in the cartoons. Mystique. You know what? You look kind of lame essentially being naked. You should have a giant white dress with giant white boots with huge heels. Rogue, you need to be in bright green and yellow with a jacket. Oh, well, let's go a little farther. The Batman movies have almost never taken the Batman costume from the comic and transferred it onto the big screen. Batman normally, it's gray and hints of blue with some black. It's not black with a little yellow logo. It looked different. Freeze normally has a giant dome on his head, as opposed to being exposed to being Arnold Schwarzenegger. I know that that's actually a bad representation because that one actually looked horrid. But then again, you can't go Schwarzenegger. Yeah, you're a scientist. That was just bad casting. So let's see. There you go. I mean, if you do a movie and you tweak the costume, because ironically, it doesn't look quite right. Knowing how they've changed the costume in the comics, all doesn't matter because they used to always wear the exact same costume. So, direct translations work sometimes. Other times, not so much. Was it okay? A little with Watchmen. Was it cool to see a giant naked Dr. Manhattan everywhere? People that read the book, they were like, "Why is he naked the whole time?" Well, in the book, he transcended the social norm of wearing clothes. They hint at that. I mean, for that one, some of your costumes were pretty close. But not all of them. And everyone complained. You're not going to see a shot for shot. You're not going to see a scene for scene remake of almost anything. Because the difference is, a comic book is serialized. It's like a TV show. You could do certain more in-depth things when you do a comic. When you do a TV show, it has to be based for the general public, not just the comic fans. Thor looks different than how he looks in the comics too. So does Loki. They all look different. Where's the rage for that? Just saying.